Put this one back in here.
All right, guys, welcome to this fourth place match for Gold Teams 2025 Western BCA Baseball Championships. The two teams is Highly Overrated versus Team Buckets. Tony Sandoval. Team Buckets. And Team Buckets has Tony Sandoval, Phil Mahoney, Jimmy Farmer, and Zach Zager. Highly Overrated is Ryan Huntoon, Sheldon LeBeau, Ryan Hoffman, and Leland Shue. And this is the final day of this long week of tournaments. We started off with a fun day, then we played Scotch, and singles, and now teams is the final event. This is the final day of that. So we completed about 9 complete days of pool here in Lincoln City, Oregon at the Chinook Winds Casino and Resort. And you'll see there's a picture-in-picture, so you see in the small window on your screen, that is Sheldon LeBeau versus Phil Mahoney. Fill the table there.
Everybody keep touching me. But full table Lego set. I don't know where the lid is for this anymore, so if you find it, keep it.
Make sure to share the stream. So we've got a few people watching. Hit that share button and let them know that this match is happening.
As long as the chalk is there, let's go. Right. Okay, I'm going to move my car to the...
All right, so Tony just playing safety here on that 15 ball. There's really not much to do.
And then there's like a senior.
Where he was, and he did what he could, which is just leave the cue ball flat on the bottom rail, making it as difficult as possible. As difficult as possible for Ryan.
Okay, I gotta walk 2 rounds anyway. Well, I also gotta bring all these. Bring this chair down. You're gonna have to go sit in the chair.
So just gonna put it. Okay. Let's try it.
So
If not, please don't let me do it.
good play
No,
from
no,
Ryan.
no,
Just
it's not-
a
you're not- probably
simple
gonna pick up half
safety,
of the-
and this is a very difficult shot for Tony to be able to kick. Looks like he might actually have the window
I have no
to get through
idea.
these balls. That actually might be the perfect line, to be honest, right there to get to that 15 ball. You don't really need to do much at all.
I'm gonna park near the security.
And
entrance,
ideally,
so I can
he
go
would
back.
like the best
You can't go
case
through the
scenario
security, so
would be to come in to this second rail here,
Yeah, but I'll grab it on the second time.
put the 15
I gotta
ball,
come
because
back.
that would
I
bring
wanna
the 2
drive
ball
through the
up
security
and out
entrance
this way for the 8 ball
Because I gotta
next.
take this whole stack.
But I'm sure he would be happy with just making this shot. Oh, good try. He did come into that second rail like he wanted. Just came a little bit short.
No, I won't try and bring it.
So the safety from Ryan pays dividends with a ball in hand. And he's going to be off and running. I think he'll probably start with the 4 ball first since it's on the
Are you
rail.
gonna hold that chair?
It's usually the one you want to start with. Yep.
Actually, I'll put my
I like
feet down
4,
and then I'll open
2,
the chair.
and then 1 ball because it's down table a bit.
Yeah, we'll tie it to
Close
the
it out
top.
with the 7-6.
We'll tie it to the top of the car. And then we'll tie her to the chair.
Pattern of choice.
Hey, if you're hungry, you can open your mouth and you can eat some
This is a good shape on the 2 just to go roll forward for the 1.
Oh yeah, charge! It's okay, we move those later. You want to move it now?
I can help.
Yeah, tablets as well.
I can help.
Okay, then we can maybe do this in one go.
Yeah.
No. That's fine. We're coming back anyway. I want to say goodbye. I want to grab the chair.
Okay.
I'll be back.
I'll grab
Oh, you're cute. You're gonna come back in. I'm gonna sit by Patrick.
Oh, yeah. Coming here.
Join you?
You're coming in? Of course you can, Shu Chang. Absolutely. Shu Chang in the booth with me.
Which one is connected?
It's going to be that one right there. Yep. 6. You could help me out with that one.
Yeah.
Welcome, Shu Chang. All right, so highly overrated, taking a 2-0 lead already over Buckets. And now Zach Zager and Jimmy Buckets Farmer is, yep, they're both racking the balls, as you can see. There's pitcher and pitcher for table 5. And Zach Zager on table 6. And it's so critical that you get off to a good start in these matches. Not only because it builds the momentum for your team, but also because if you happen to run long because you have a bunch of safety battles and the refs have to deduct games from your score sheet, you want to make sure that you're in the lead at that point so that you're closer to the hill. And it's, it's, I never used to have to, think about the score sheet strategy, the roster strategy, and, thinking about, maybe not playing all your games, how you're going to put your lineup, just in case you get marked, because you want to think about that, because if they shorten your race, and now your main player, maybe your top player on your team, doesn't get to play their last game. Okay, so Zach with a good break. He's pocketed a ball, and
Cue ball almost scratched, and the strike came in the last second to save it.
I saw that. Very fortunate. And Buckets on table 5 has also pocketed a ball on the break. So they're both off and running with a chance to tie the score with these two racks. And I've got the rosters here on my phone, so if you do want to look at those.
So highly overrated just came through the last battle, right?
Yeah, they faced a really tough team in Hill in their last battle.
I saw they were 9-6 up, and the other team were up to Hill first.
Yeah,
So they were 9-10 behind, and then
they won the last two racks. It was a very exciting finish. A couple of highlight reel shots in there. I see the viewers are trickling in. Make sure to share the stream so that everybody has this link. I know there's a lot of people in the Eugene and Salem, Oregon area. So this is two Oregon teams, basically. Team Buckets is mainly out of Eugene. Out of Salem. And Team Highly Overrated is a mix of Salem and Eugene.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I think you might be right, but the only way to be sure is if you're at the table and you get right down on it and look really closely.
it's not shooting it now. Or he just wants to check out
Yeah, that was very touchy. He had to catch that little window right there.
the way he cheated the pocket to the right side, so the people will try to get to 3. So like most likely it's less risky.
Okay, so what are we doing here? Is he top right? Yeah, so he almost rolled too far. It is still there, but that angle is going to move the cue into maybe a 3 ball, you think?
No.
You think the cue ball will pass through this window?
I think 13 passes, then it shouldn't be too bad. But if it doesn't, or it's super tight, then exactly what I'm
He's banking.
Wow, it's so
Oh, so close, and he would have gotten great shape on the 13. I like his.
I like it. But I don't know, but because he had this exact angle and shape, a couple shots before he taking the stripes last year. So
Yeah.
it didn't stick like that then. Maybe it is super tight.
It might have been, yeah, we wanted to get closer to it. It might have also been that cutting the 15 up table might have brought the cue ball into the 3, or maybe he was worried about the cue ball hitting the 3 and not leaving him anything. It was a very good attempt at that cross-side bank. Exactly. Oh, Ryan with an unfortunate error follows forward, and I think that he was just trying to cheat the pocket a little bit and follow forward like this and have the cue ball come out. But he didn't cheat the pocket enough and ended up following it in. So that was a really unfortunate mistake by Ryan.
So I want to buy it. I think I'm good. Hey, thanks for doing it. I will.
Yeah, we're going to find out how close that 13 really is.
Next week.
It's just going to come underneath 15, playing 15 in the bottom left.
You have to return your badge.
For his next shot.
They're going to take the check. So you have all the banks.
Zach wearing his EvoSports hoodie.
It's
All
full
right, I'm
already.
gonna say goodbye and then let's get out of here.
Zach also has a one-of-a-kind EvoSports T-shirt that says EvoSports Technician.
Oh,
Because he is our official camera tech. We rely on Zach a lot of times to go and install cameras and equipment and make adjustments and things for us. So he's been really helpful. He does. It's amazing. He has a very keen eye for detail, and he wants the camera to be positioned absolutely perfect. He's very OCD like that.
Yeah.
And if he can pass, if he can pass Colin's OCD test, he's high. He's good. He's got a job. So, well done, Zach Zager. And now we've got Sheldon LeBeau racking, and Sheldon is going to be playing Tony Sandoval. So this is their two high Fargos. These are very equal matches. Sheldon is a 596. Tony Sandoval is a 590. Sheldon, a very skilled pool player, but also a skilled pool cue maker, and he's also a table mechanic. Very good table mechanic. A great job. Takes care of a lot of the diamond pool tables in the area. Anybody out there is looking for getting new cloth or any work done like that, Sheldon's your guy, especially in the Eugene Springfield area. But you probably, if you're in the Eugene Springfield area, you probably already know that.
Do you know if he travels?
Well, he travels for my table because he's my brother-in-law. So when he comes up to my house, I usually have him. He's done my cloth before. But for the right price, I suppose. If it was a number of tables, and if you have a pool hall that wants to get all of them tables for cloth. Yeah, I'm sure he'll travel if the price is right. It's got to be worth his time. He goes all over Oregon, especially. He's gone out to Grants Pass and other parts of Oregon to work on tables. So back to the action here. Sheldon getting started, taking the stripes. And we're on table 5. And it's going to be, looks like Ryan is breaking that one on table 5. And they have 2 Ryans, but one of them's nickname is Rhino. So we have to, and that's, I can't remember which one is which, because they both have a last name that starts with an H, too. It's like, okay, Sheldon looking like he's going to play a safety. He does. You won't be able to see it because our camera view is obstructed, but I think by the way he hit it, it was pretty good. No, not quite so tight. He has left some space with the cue ball, and Tony's going to have a look at the 3. He can also see the 7.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see the right side of the 3. It's not. It's hitting the left side.
Very good stroke from Tony, but he's going to put himself right back.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You want to take out the 6 somehow.
Just a little higher right here. And he could have, the 5 to move into the 6. That would have been a beautiful. But combo.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because they line up pretty nicely. It's just that after that.
Yeah.
I would, because he kind of just broke it through, and then the keyboard went a little bit too much forward. I would argue if he was not going through it that much, he would have more choices. I guess the back counter ball, but I'm usually scared of those cuts. Oh,
Wow. He really came out smelling like
Wait,
a
I know
rose.
something good may happen.
That's true. That's true. A controlled guess, we call that, right? It's sort of a, you're not 100% sure what's going to happen, but as you hit a certain speed and, you have a better odds of something good happening.
Right.
That one worked out really good for him. Sheldon playing another save, moving into a defensive battle. And Sheldon has actually moved his stripes into a position where there might be wired to a combo. But we've turned this 8-ball game into a one-pocket game now. You see the tactical effort between these two. Oh, he has moved. So he.
We got to go through the back.
I thought he moved that with his cue, but he did not.
We'll pick you
It's
up
a
at
good
the
hit.
I'm taking this up. We gave one to Bill. Bill took one too. There's 6 of them. You took one too?
So Tony just tying
Yeah, there's another
up
one.
some balls. Sheldon's going to go aggressive here.
I think it came with it.
And Sheldon's got a 15, 13, 10, but I'm not sure because it kind of looks like 13, 10 goes to this part of the rail. He has to. I don't think that this is available. Yeah, he needs to nudge those.
Yeah, good luck.
Sheldon playing the defensive game so well. He's a very good one-pocket player. And we've turned this into a defensive battle. Well, it is possible. So this does not go, by the way. This goes to the rail. You'd have to throw it quite a bit, actually. You have to throw it more than a couple inches. And I don't know.
The thing is, right now, I think it's a fair shot to take because anywhere down here,
Yeah, that's true.
pretty safe.
I agree.
So as long as after this shot, yeah, so it's close.
That's a good call, Shucheng. Good call, because now Sheldon is definitely in the advantage. I think Tony, honestly, I think the shot here is to kick at the 6-ball
Maybe, yeah.
because you'll have this huge reward, and because you don't have a safety to play. Yeah. He's calling something in the side. I'm not sure what that is. He's cut banking the 7 in the side. 7. Oh my! That would have been kind of crazy. Oh, and it's going to scratch. Yeah. So the good safety from Sheldon pays dividends. Gets rewarded.
So, I mean, for me, that's good. I would have rather put the cue ball up table, just like right there. If nothing else works, worst case scenario. Because it still requires you to shoot a super long shot, and then when it's that deep in the pocket, or if you can take a combo you want to, if you can control well, yeah, then nice job.
Yeah.
But sometimes it may be more funky. Now if you scratch,
So, are you taking the 13 first or the 15 first right now?
right now,
What's the ball that gets you on the 8-ball easier?
if I am super certain that I can get down just right here, I can take the 13. But if I don't feel like it, if I'm a little tight, yeah, you go real first.
I like coming up. So he got flat on the 15. I would a little angle. Okay. I thought that maybe just come off that 13 and bring the cue ball up here, so that way you could have the angle to bring the cue ball this way for the 8th side. But yeah.
Yeah, it's just that with the 13 sitting right here,
Yeah.
it's a little harder for the people
Yeah. You can hit
you
that
might hit the
point.
point, and if you try to dodge it too much, the people might run that way. They might run too much.
Yeah.
Anyways,
This worked out for
yeah, this worked
Sheldon,
out, yeah.
and highly overrated takes a 3-2 lead.
Oh, and it was 2-0. Yeah, buckets went back to 2-2.
Yeah, Buckets and Zach made it 2-2 with their
Yeah.
2 racks. And this is going to be a close match, I think.
So one thing to notice is in teams, home team and home team, and although it's like just 2-2, it's worth noticing that buckets are the team that are breaking first. Right?
I think so. Yeah. Yes, they are.
So tactically, they should have a little bit more advantage the first set of 4. So the fact that it's 3-2 now.
Yeah, you'd like to have at least a 3-1 advantage in the first 4
Kind of,
racks.
yeah. So, highly overrated is, I think it's a slight advantage.
Yeah, because they have overcome the breaking deficit. Yeah, we noticed. I pointed it out.
Thanks.
We're having a lot of fun here in Beacon City, Oregon. Okay, lots of balls going in, I think. A couple anyway. And what do we have? The 3 ball is maybe available. The 11 might be available as well to the bottom left corner. I don't know for sure if you want stripes.
I mean, I would definitely prefer stripe.
You might also have the 13. No, you don't. He's going solids with the 3 ball. Okay, he's got nice and close for the 6 ball, which is good because the 6 is the real problem ball, and the 8 ball is a problem ball for solids because the 8's not a problem for stripes because you're going to remove the 11 first. But if you're solids, you have to bump the 8.
Okay, so the 6 passes without a problem. 2 ball only goes 1 pocket to 1 pocket. No. 7 ball also has
This might be the chance to bump the 8.
Yeah.
This line takes you right into. Oh, and he got a template rack safety, as they call it, where you can just rolled into the template, and it's not that he intentionally did that, but that's how it worked out. I think he was intending to pocket that 4 and just loosen up the 8 and 11.
Yeah. The 5 ball is right there. So.
The 7 ball too is there. There was a lot of good things that could happen. This is also a good thing that happened for him. Was missing the shot was the best thing that could have happened in that situation. Buckets now with a chance, but a slim chance. I don't know if you can see a piece of the 9 ball.
It'll be hard, super hard to cut anyways.
Yeah.
But it's worth it. With black pocket.
Are you going to ask the ref to remove this rack?
I
saw one yesterday. There was 4 balls clustered inside the rack, and
they asked
the ref to remove it, and he came up and he looked at it and he said no.
No, yeah, I mean,
he said no.
Sometimes it's almost impossible.
Yeah, they don't have enough tools to get all of the balls out and put them back in the right place. So he just declined it. I'd never seen that before.
Just took a
foul.
Okay.
An intentional foul.
Maybe he was fully hooked.
Yeah, he must have been.
Okay.
But he could have also thinned off the 11, but he didn't want to move the 11. He wanted to leave that as a problem.
Yeah. Maybe so that means the 10, the 8 ball is still kind of moved on to the 11. It's not open yet. So not a bad choice in this case then, because you still left like two more problems. The opponent only have 1 ball, so you're hoping that they can sort this out. Let's try number 2. Almost same shot. This time it's even harder. You have to stun it more. Okay, just stun it right there. 2 balls available. So I think after you take out everything, the 8 ball. Triangle, if you want to break it with 5. Too much angle to break.
And this is Leland Chu shooting. Oh,
Yeah, that's where you try to force it.
well, good thing that did happen was he loosened up the 11-8, but he blocked the pocket
Yeah,
for the 9.
Yeah, but in this case, it's
Oh yeah, you could just play a safety.
Yeah, you just okay. You do have to be careful though, because the keyboard will drift to the right, and then if you're not careful.
Yeah, I don't mind. Yeah, I don't mind this if you play.
Take something.
You know,
else first, right?
take the 13, take the 10, and then take the 9, and then play the 9 and call safety.
Sure.
And call safety. You could even take this one too if you wanted. You know, but just leaving these in place, right? Leaving those in place so that you have your blockers. And I think that would be not a bad choice. This, I like hitting this ball in. That way, take that one off the table. You can kind of stun down to a nice, easy position in here to play that safety. But if he tries to go for the run out here and the breakout on the 9, it's more risky. He does have the opportunity if he wants to use a lot of outside English on this 11 ball. I just don't recommend it. I think that.
I think now the thing is like I think there are gaps between the 8 and 14 and also 8 and 11. So
What are we doing here? He is swinging over.
Okay.
So, yeah, but that 9 now is in kind of a worse spot than it was.
It's still coming. It's still coming. But now the rumor gets smaller. Just slow roll it. You know, the paper will help you.
Yeah, but you're not going to, you have to, yeah, because the 5 was on the other side of the pocket. So you had to actually cut that 9 into the 5.
I wasn't even sure if I could try to copy it.
Yeah, so this is a very fortunate opportunity for Leland. I didn't expect him to have anything coming to the table, but now he has the potential. Oh, he has the window
Yeah, that's
on
what I
the
said.
1.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's probably one of the reasons why. Oh. Okay. All right.
But now it's still not easy. Yeah.
The carom may be there, but you might have to.
Well, you could take this first and get yourself into a better position for the carom, and then get yourself up in this area to play the carom and safety, right?
Yeah, you don't want to be too high though, because you don't want the keyboard to after the carom
to go over here.
Yeah, you want it to be almost kind of just on the split line, so you just tap the 9 and then go a little bit to the left.
You want that cue ball in this area after that safety, so that he has no look at the 1. Yeah. So he doesn't have the angle right now to play that carom and not bring the cue ball out. I don't think anyway. He might be able to do it.
It would be too thin of a cut on the 5, and if you try to hold it, the 5 might not even drop. So
Yeah, you really have to clip the 5 pretty thin.
What you can do is just tap on the 9 again. And then, jam the pocket more.
Yeah, create a jam. That's not bad.
Oh, he's squeezed it through.
I didn't think it could go through there.
Yeah, I think it kind of. So the 5 ball did move him. So it's like I don't know what happened right there exactly. It could be, they just kissed each other a lot of times.
Yeah, let's take a look here.
Yeah. It could be like just go into the rail, into the 5, back to the rail. Yeah, I think the 5 definitely helped double tap it.
This is a good shot from
It's a
Jimmy.
good shot. Yeah, good
Jimmy Buckets. Yeah, they call him Buckets because the The pockets play like buckets when he's at the table.
It did
Great
feel like
nickname.
that. I thought the pocket was the jam back then.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, the only downside is that now we have to make that shot and then get onto it.
Hey, Colin. I see Colin in the chat. Welcome.
Welcome if you're watching. Let us know.
Yeah, mention in the chat that you're here. I see we've got a dozen or so people watching. Uh-oh. And that's going to cost them probably the rack here. So all of the safety battles and different things, it's so funny how sometimes you get into this long battle with a rack, and then at the end you have the open opportunity and you miss something, and it's like, oh my God, it's so frustrating. So Buckets now with a chance to give his team the lead.
Oh, that's good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Or not hard enough?
Not hard enough.
Yeah. Either one, right?
Yeah.
But it's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah, and I like playing this with a little pace just to make sure you go 2 rails back down. In case you miss, you want to leave a bank on the one or something difficult to get, just in case. But he doesn't miss because his name is Buckets. Buckets doesn't miss those. 4-3 gets a round of applause from his teammates to close that out. I love teams, the teams event, because it's just there's so much energy in the room, and everybody's rooting for their teammates. And I do have to play a quick video commercial just to make sure we take care of our sponsors.
At BiggleBox.com, you're not just a customer, you're the king. Join our rewards program and watch the perks rain down on you. BiggleBox.com, where kings are made.
And don't forget, there is a best shots contest for this Lincoln City 8-ball event. If you've had a great shot, or if somebody that you know has made a great shot, make sure to take a clip of that shot from the YouTube video and post that link on your Facebook page with hashtag Evo Highlights, and you will get entered into a chance to have that shown on the top 10 reel that we're going to put out after this event. As well as the first place prize is a singles entry for the 9-ball event this fall. Second place prize is an EvoSports jersey. It costs you nothing to enter. All you have to do is just have a good shot first, or know someone that had a good shot, and then take that clip and post it on your Facebook page. It's super easy. Okay. And this one is going to be, I believe, Tony Sandoval. Let's see. And Tony versus Ryan. Yeah, Tony versus Ryan. Tony's break. So we just saw Ryan. Table, so. We are officially into round 3 of this match. Each round is four racks. Race to 11 in the gold. He's been playing great pool. I matched up with Tony Sandoval in the singles event right off the bat. He defeated me 6-3 with some very good shooting, I will say. I was pretty impressed. Every time I made any kind of an error, he made me pay for it. So, really impressed with Tony's game. From what I understand, he's been really working hard at improving. Nice carom shot. That was worthy of a little cash register. He didn't get the leave that he wanted.
And the A-boy is kind of locked up now. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's the other part. All of his solids are on the other end of the table. That could give him, I was just about to say, if he wants, because of the separation between solids and stripes, it does give him safety opportunities to maybe find a way to get the cue ball down behind the 5 or something, because he owns that top half of the table. This is a very segregated table where, above the solids live on one side and stripes live on the other side. When it's like that, you can remember that the safeties are much, much easier. Okay, so Ryan getting to work, sporting his Jammers Bar and Grill shirt. One of these players will play out of Jammers in Salem, also an EvoSports venue.
Great access.
Yeah, they have a lot of live streams. A lot of live streams coming out of Jammers. They love the EvoSports. They have a lot of fun with it. If you want to get EvoSports at your local pool hall or bar, you certainly can. We install these systems and make it easy for players to just live stream their action whenever they want to. Okay. What's it going to do with the? Well, the 12 ball goes in the bottom, the top left. Sorry, the top left. You have to get the 11 before the 12, so you have to go 14, 11.
Right.
That has to be your first 2 shots here, I think. You could go 15, 11 also, but the 12 ball doesn't go anywhere until the 11's gone. And once the 11 is gone, the 12 has 2 pockets available to it. Yeah, it's just a perfect angle, actually coming away from the 12 ball a little bit. Right, I think that's right. If you take this to this pocket, your cue ball, maybe like this, and he wants the cue ball back out so that he gets that 12 next. So I think that's kind of the path.
I really wonder if the 12 go past the 8 to the side. If that does, then it'll be much easier.
He does seem to be looking at that, doesn't he?
Yeah, he was looking at it. Because otherwise, I might argue it goes this way. Yeah, the cue ball is kind of 15. The best you can do, maybe drift it this way. I think that's the best you can do.
Yeah, I think that would be the best case, and that's if you use some top.
Yeah, just pure top, roll it softly. And once that happens, let's see this first. Alright, here's coming out. That's your line.
Yeah, I like this.
Because you're taking it right away.
Yeah. Good pattern. I like this from Ryan.
Patrick, do you like rolling forward or stunning to the side or drawing back? What's the shot?
If he has, I was going to say if he has any angle at all, I would go top. If he has no angle, I would do kind of like that. I think it was. He could have got. Well, he did have a slight angle. He actually cheated the pocket to the wrong side, so I think he had very little angle, and
maybe it was just super straight.
And he just cheated on the wrong side. Yeah. Okay, the pressure shot now.
Yeah.
None of the other shots matter. It's just this one that makes the difference in the score. If yours is an 8 ball, you want to be the first one to have a chance to win the rack. And meanwhile, on table 5, looks like somebody shooting on the 8 ball and missing it. They couldn't see who that was. Couldn't see who that was exactly. And Zach Zager is coming up to the table to take an easy 8 ball, and that's going to put Buckets in the lead 6-3. And that's a big lead, and so this now that makes this shot very more crucial because it could be 7-3 if he misses. But he doesn't miss, and it's 6-4. So a great shot there. Did Buckets update that scoreboard? And Zach made that 8 ball. So it should be 6-4 now through 10 racks. And we're looking at the next 2 racks are going to be Rhino versus Jimmy and Zach and Sheldon. So it looks like Jimmy and Rhino are playing on table 5, and that means that Zach Zager will be. Oh no, sorry. This is Buckets coming up to table 6. So Zach and Sheldon will be playing on table 5. Looks like, if I have this right, if they're through 10 racks, maybe the score hasn't changed. So maybe I'm not seeing this right, but then why would Jimmy be playing? I think they just haven't updated the score. I'm going to go check and see what's going on because I'm confused now. I'll be right back. Okay, the score is right. It is 5-4. I thought it was. I think that they had just marked that win before Zach even pocketed the 8 ball, maybe because they just knew that he was going to make it, so they just went ahead. That's like the ultimate commentator curse when you mark the score before the 8 ball goes down. Oh, that was headed right.
Oh, wow.
So that's karma, right? It was supposed to go in the side. It didn't, and then it gets bumped twice to go in the corner. So, oh, no. The Grim Reaper comes for you. It's your time. Okay. So Zach and Sheldon are on deck, basically. That's going to be the next game. So these two. So this is Rhino versus Buckets on this one that we're watching, and on table 5 you've got Leland versus Phil.
I'm going downstairs.
Still not. With the 3 passes. If the 3 passes, I would argue I might personally choose to. So assuming the 3 pass here, I might personally choose solids and then just open this up the first shot.
Okay.
So we'll put a keeper somewhere here. Little sleeper in there.
Yeah.
Yes, going for stripes.
Yeah, I agree. If you have ball in hand, it's the best time to get yourself out of the jam. Is he going to draw into this? Yes, he is. He's going to put this 9 in the side and draw back. off the rail and into the 4, and he needed to come. Yeah,
you come into the rail first.
Yes.
And then back out.
Yes, yeah. If you come into the rail and then bump the 4, it's all clean. Everything's good. If you come into the 4 first, it could still be tied up, and that's what happened. So we might see Rhino play a safety. He's calling safe.
That means he's pretty confident in that.
And one thing I also noticed is that he switched hands there and played that left-handed. I always note players that can do that because I think that a player that can switch hands, and still be accurate with our offhand, that's a good skill to have, especially if you're playing on a big table.
Definitely. For some shots, it's just.
It looks like Ryan on table 5 is working through his rack. So Jimmy buckets.
This shot is pretty nice place to have a 2 ball. He's having a 3 ball.
Is he?
Oh, okay. Yeah. And
That's okay.
maybe he was trying to combo and tie up the 3. I don't know.
And just move the 3 into that pocket area, blocking the path for the 11 or 13. Yeah, I see.
So unfortunately, ooh, clip the 3 first.
Clip the 3 first. That's ball in hand.
That's just strike 2 words.
Yeah,
It's a bait.
it was. That was a unforced error there. I wouldn't credit that one to Buckets. I'm not giving Buckets credit for the safety and getting the ball in hand reward. That was an unforced error by Rhino, giving Buckets ball in hand.
But the point of it to knock the 12 away. It's back. It's not a 4
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
That was good. Yeah, should come up for the 1.
The only thing I didn't like about it because I would like to use 7 to come back down to 1 ball. You can still use that. For sure.
If he gets fairly straight on it, he can draw back for a good shape on the 2 or 5. I think the 2 is going to be. He wants the 2 next with a similar angle to what he has like right now.
Maybe even smaller.
A little less angle. Yeah, so ideal would be maybe in this area on this line.
But I'm fine with it. I can work with it.
Yeah, you can work with that. You have a good stroke to really power this in and stun off the rail, but
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind leaving it there. Because
draw back. Okay, draw back, and then just that's good. You're right. Yeah, I like that.
You have to draw back like that. So now is fine. So now he has a little bit more angles. Now the more natural way is to go past these 2 balls and make now the things.
Now the 13 and 11 come into play.
Yeah. So even though I don't think it's too much of a problem going through these 2 balls,
Yeah.
it'll be hard to.
Well, even if you bring it off the rail and you bump full into the 13, you'll have a good shot at the 8, probably. Yep. Okay. What happened to you? Where did yours go? Oh, this one?
That's Yep. All right. That is. Didn't see what exactly happened.
Yeah, I had missed that as well, but I
I
did
think
see on the other table Buckets had won that rack.
Mm. Yeah, I think he went through the gap pretty easily, but just that line will carry the cue ball away.
And again, this is a 4th place match. The winner of this is going to play. What's the team name? Our team. AAR
Yeah,
team.
yeah.
AAR team.
That's a team from Seattle. That's the team I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's going to be the 3rd place match. And then the winner of the hot seat in this division is Joe's Glass, one of the
Nice.
sponsors for this
Yeah, yeah.
event. So good to see them in the finals.
Oh, I heard they play the Hill on the hot seat, right?
Yeah.
They play the hot seat.
Our AAR team and Joe's Glass went Hill
Mhm.
last night. So the finals for gold is scheduled for 3 p.m. today.
Mm-hmm.
The next match is scheduled for 1 p.m.
Wow, then the team. Yeah, if Buckets, any team going through, they will have to play back to back. Yeah, 4 matches in a row per day, probably, because they already played one, right? This will be the second one.
Mm-hmm. So this has turned into a little bit of an issue here. Now, you got the stripes are definitely favored,
Mm-hmm.
but the 11. How do you play the 11? When do you play the 11? And
Yeah.
and when you do, how do you get out of that?
Yeah.
You almost want to save it for last and just punch the 8 ball open, up towards a pocket. If you have the angle. I don't think that
that's the way to do it.
let the opponent do
Yeah,
it.
let
But
the opponent
I
do it.
don't know. I don't want to give them. I do not want to give up this potential shot.
Ticky shot.
Because how many times have we seen? It's like, well,
Yeah.
you think you have it blocked, but then they find a way to squeeze it in there.
Mm-hmm.
Or squeeze it into where the 8 ball is blocking the pocket and the 11 doesn't go, and just they switch positions. And I don't like giving any chances. And I know he didn't want to miss that 13, but that's just how it goes.
Yeah, I think maybe the most correct way to do it over there was to use, let's say 15, let's say 14 to move the cue ball somewhere here.
Okay. 8
Right.
ball off of the 11.
Yeah,
it was a good try.
It was good try. It
Good
was
try
going.
for Buckets. It was hard to.
Sorry.
I almost think that he had to really hit that a lot harder.
Yeah,
because
because the angle going into the 11 is pretty
Full.
Pretty full. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
and it stunned that 8 ball and took all the energy out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So now Rhino, a good opportunity
To get out from there,
to get out.
he did he over.
Boy.
I was just gonna say because he did just undercut that 14.
He gives up the game.
So the next shot, I was gonna say don't overcompensate, and he just overcompensated over there.
He missed that quite.
Quite a lot.
Yeah, by quite a lot. So
Mhm.
the nerves of this kind of event and also the fatigue.
Yeah.
Let's just, I want to give him credit because I know he's a good shot and good player. And normally he's not missing that ball. It's very frustrating when you do, but it's the pressure of the moment combined with the fatigue of
Exactly.
the 3rd day of being here
Yeah.
can really wear on you. It is a grind. So give him, full credit. Meanwhile, Zach on table 5 is working through his balls. It looks like he's just a couple of balls away from the 8 ball.
Can we try the new thing?
Oh,
Twin
right.
table scene.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go to the twin table.
Now, does that change it for the viewers too?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
for viewers
nice.
that are looking at
Okay.
this table,
Okay.
they can still see the other stream.
Right.
But if they're watching this stream, and then now this is what they see right
Okay.
now. And it shows table 5 for them, telling them this is actually table 5.
Okay.
So Zach making quick work,
Nice.
pulling Buckets
And then
ahead.
we'll go back
more.
to teams, right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. Good job from Zach, and they're up 8-4. That's a big lead. A big lead in a race to 11.
Yeah, so I think up to this point, 3 kind of sets of round robin is done for 12 racks. Ooh, where's the cue ball tracking towards?
Right in the corner.
Ooh.
A lot of scratches on
Yeah,
break.
a lot of scratches. That's tough.
The break in this match has been a disadvantage to most because we've seen quite a few scratch on break shots.
Yeah.
And so
It's a dilemma. Like you don't want to break too soft and leave a dry break either. And when you add just a tad more power, the cue ball didn't hit as square and then just start to fly somewhere else.
So
Seeing a lot of those happening.
Kenny Brown, I was commentating with him, and thank you, Kenny, for all of the commentary that you've done, by the way. Really appreciate that. But he had mentioned something to me in the commentary that he's been experimenting with both breaks quite a lot for 8-ball, bar box 8-ball, of both breaks, meaning the second ball break and the head ball break.
Yeah.
And he found that the second ball break, he's going to more now because he figures about 15% of the head ball breaks he ends up scratching. And he's not okay with that percentage.
Right.
Because against good players, scratch
that's
on break
almost a loss right there.
almost always
Yeah.
you lose those racks. So he has decided to go second ball because of the scratch factor and the scratch risk of the head ball break.
I totally agree with him. That was why after day 1 I just go from second ball break in most of the cases. Yeah. Scratching is one big part of it. Another big part is for head on break. I feel like if I didn't hit it that sweet, the spread is still pretty nice. But then if it's dry, the opponent can clear it out. You can find a pattern from there rather easily. But if it's a second ball break and I didn't hit it sweet, most of the times it's gonna leave some kind of cluster along the rail, and then it will be harder at least.
Yep.
So it's like a little safety net there if you use second ball break.
Off of the 13. Yeah, he
Yeah.
caromed off the 13, and I'm not sure if he was trying to get onto the rail to play the 5.
Fight a 5. Yeah.
I don't think he would want
don't
that
think
because
so.
the 5, you get the cue ball out here, the 5 plays it's much easier position. I just don't think he anticipated the carom
Off
on
the
the 13.
13, yeah.
And
I feel like I think he definitely knows that it will carry him up to 13, but I feel like he was just trying to make sure the cue ball is a little bit away from 13, so he doesn't have to go treetop from there.
Yep.
So just that little extra juice on the cue ball.
So this is Leland.
And the stripes is not easy to work with either. Is he shooting a 9? Oh, he's trying to open up. the ball.
Beautiful
Nice
shot.
Nice
I gotta give him some love for that
Yeah.
one because that was important to get the 10 out on that shot.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have any other targets down there
Right,
to
right.
loosen up the 10. That was the
Exactly.
only one. And if he doesn't get the breakout with that
That's
ball,
a little hard, but
it worked out
It worked out,
nicely.
yeah.
Worked out very good.
Yeah, but now he's almost have to take the 14, and the order becomes a little weird because the 4 ball right there. So if you take the 14, go to 12, you have to leave yourself with an okay angle. So swinging around for the 13.
Oh, he's gonna get stuck.
No, he's fine. I think he can cut it, but again,
You do?
I think so. Does it? Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, based on the body language, he's not happy with it at all. Yeah, that's why.
Well,
I said.
even if he can see it, he's probably not happy with this
No.
steep of an angle. So it could be that he does have the cut.
Yeah, you have to go top and left spin to get around 8, and since you have to cut it hard, you may have to go one more time.
So he
Yeah,
didn't have
he
it.
tried.
Yeah.
He tried to cut it anyways. I mean, the cue ball went into the row first. I wasn't sure if he really had it there. All right, so Tony, despite a scratch, had a table back.
Yeah.
Six ball is close, but I think it goes. Oh, okay. He's going for safety
Yeah,
right
good
away.
safety.
Right?
You know, I was talking to Tony Sandoval this week. He's from San Antonio, Texas, and I lived in San Antonio for 10 years. And
Nice. Mhm.
I probably played again. You know, I
Maybe.
probably played him. I just didn't
Yeah,
know him
yeah,
back
yeah,
then
back then,
because
uh-huh.
we both knew the same people. You know, like
Yeah.
we were.
Ooh,
Oh, that's going to be a ball in hand foul.
right.
So Tony getting rewarded for that safety. So yeah, we knew a lot of the same. You know, I was telling him about my teammates and who I used to play with and
Mhm.
the places I played out of, and he knew a lot of them.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of fun. A small world. The pool
Yeah, yeah.
world is small. I haven't lived in
Yeah.
Texas I haven't been there for 12 years, and
No, I totally agree. Like I feel like as long as I know someone that plays pool and then they mention the place, I can start to kind of connect with them in
Right.
some way.
yeah. It's a small community, even in other states. What do you think about this pattern? Six, seven,
6,
five.
7, 5.
I don't like the
Yeah.
5 to the 8. So
Yeah, he's
he
going
doesn't
for the
want.
5.
Yeah, he doesn't like the 5 to the 8 either.
I mean, 5 to the 8. Actually, it's not bad. Like, imagine the cue ball right here, maybe a little less angle, because the 3 rail it's like a 9 ball shot. It's not a traditional 8 ball shot, but you have a very big window down here.
yeah.
So
But now he's going to go.
Now he's going to go-
I like the 7. I like the 7 ball to the 8.
yeah, I agree. But
No, I don't like that angle though.
yeah, I mean, the 8 ball goes past here, so I think either angle would work. Yeah, he's looking at
Yeah.
it.
Okay, so he can just roll
Doesn't have
forward.
to. Yeah, he doesn't have to go down.
That's good.
Yeah.
And not overcomplicate anything.
The thing I'm worried about is if you kind of understroke it and the cue ball left is like here, now it becomes awkward.
Yeah.
But now he's fine.
Yeah, good stroke. Nice, easy, straight position.
Yep.
And this is really going to put Buckets in a commanding spot with a 9-4 lead on this 8 ball. Oh boy, highly overrated is in big
In
trouble.
danger.
Yeah, so quick commercial break here.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like Sheldon LeBeau up while he's racking. We'll get one more commercial in there for you for Bigglebox, or for Roadhouse is what we have coming up next. Roadhouse in Bar and Grill in Eugene, Oregon. This one always makes me hungry.
Yeah. All those nice pictures.
Yeah.
Roadhouse might also be like kind of like a bar for some players here, right? They
Correct. Yeah, so the Eugene Springfield area did not have any public diamond tables until the Roadhouse. So that was very nice. Thank you to Tony Bloom for opening that up and getting that going. They have 6 diamond tables, which is a good amount for that population in that pool community. Dry break from Sheldon.
Yeah. Yeah, that is why I don't like the head ball break now. Because after the dry break, usually everything's. Let's just say everything usually has a pocket.
Oh, did something
Oh,
go in? Because Sheldon
oh.
did break, so
1, 2, 3,
something
4,
must have dropped on the
5s.
break.
Oh, I think one solid dropped somewhere.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
Okay.
I just didn't see it go in. So
Yeah, I didn't see it either.
So Sheldon's still at the table. He's chosen stripes.
I like stripes as well, but you have to get
The problem here is
as long as he can get straight on the 14 right now. You have to, yeah, stun is fine because you want to. I mean, treetop on the 4 is not ideal, but as long as you can slow roll this, maybe. Yeah, slow roll it. Yeah, stop it right. Okay, it's still workable.
You're going to have the 9 now, right?
Yeah. You have to run into the 5, but I don't think that's gonna because the tempo is right there. So as long as you don't squeeze the 2 ball too much, I think he can make it, and then just
So he's going to run into the 2 ball with the Q, right?
Yes, just squeeze, just like go past the 2 ball a tiny bit. Yeah, and then maybe
So you're gonna-
out. Yeah, and then out into.
It's going to nudge the 2. Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not
looking
taking
at.
it.
Okay.
Okay, so he didn't like the 9. He got straighter on the 9.
Now it's much better now. Yeah, I didn't know he can control the cue ball well enough for that angle.
Yeah, and Sheldon's a very good player. He's right around 600 Fargo and also a good one pocket player.
Ooh, a little. Okay. That's good.
Yeah, look at this.
Yeah. You can tell how he chose that one. He deliberately chose to shoot it harder because you'd rather be somewhere up table there. You at least you can see the 15. Over
Right.
like if you underdraw it and then you suddenly in the middle of nowhere that's overspin a little bit too much. Yeah, I got lucky.
Yeah,
got
he
lucky.
goes-
Yeah, that's definitely
He's
not
like,
the path he
not-
wanted for the
yeah.
cue ball, but
He was hoping to run into the 1 ball. And
or at
get-
least the right side of the 1 ball, right? Stay on the right side of
Yeah,
that
because
gap.
then he can just kind of roll the 10 in, play the 8 up table. Now he has to work the cue ball around 3
You
rails.
will need a lot of right speed. Oh, he's going back, and that's what might go wrong.
I really thought he was going to use right spin and go inside English and 3 rails to the 8 ball because he had the clear path was there. Those balls are not there now.
The thing is, since the last drive was too close to the rail,
think?
yeah, I think it's very close.
Okay.
If even not, it's gonna run kind of into this cluster. So I totally understand that he's not comfortable with using right over there.
Yeah. So was he going to bank or
Yeah, I don't
cut?
know.
He is a good bank
Banker,
player. Yeah.
what? Ew,
Oh, no.
Oh no!
no, that's disaster.
Oh.
Disaster for Sheldon LeBeau
Oh,
and highly overrated.
no.
He makes a great out and a great bank shot on the 8 ball. They just can't get a roll right now. There's
Yeah, you can argue that, but also
that puts
if you want to be
buckets.
super critical, he kind of went out of line for the last 2 or 3 shots.
Right. He put himself in a difficult spot with his position.
It would have been almost a nice recovery and maybe pump the team back up, with that bank.
You could say unlucky, but it's the better position that you play, the less unlucky that you will get, right? Because he was forcing himself with the positional errors there. He forced himself into a difficult spot.
I think Team Focus just won the Platinum team.
Did they win?
I think so.
Oh, congratulations then to Team Focus beating Pains +2. And that was the finals?
That was the final.
That was the finals for the Platinum Teams division.
Yeah, and then they are the team on the A side.
And who was the 3rd place team in Platinum?
Team Akira.
Team Akira, which is Shu Cheng Chow, Justin Lee,
Masahiro.
Masahiro,
and Iris Wong.
Wang. Very good finish for you guys, but congratulations to Focus winning that by a score of 11-7.
Yeah.
Okay, and that was just finished.
All right. Highly overrated here. It's really with maybe one strand of hope. Really need to pull some.
Oh, they have to win 7 straight racks.
Yeah.
This is very low percentage to win the match from here, but it's possible. We've seen it happen before. It just doesn't happen very often, and they have to get all of the rolls and they have to play well. So they need, I would say, when you're down this far in a match, you need both skill and luck.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
When it's a tie score, you can have one or the other and win. When it's this lopsided, you need both
You need
luck
everything.
and skill. You have to play very well, and you have to also hope, get lucky that your opponent has a scratch on break here
Yeah,
or something. Things
something like
happen, gets bad rolls. So Zach Zager at the table now.
10 ball is a problem. It's very bankable. But the 12-14 looks like a pretty dead combo into the right side.
Do you think this?
I think it
Well, let me
combos.
draw the line a little better so you can
Yeah.
see if I go from straight through the center of the balls.
Yeah, it's
it does
not
look,
lining up. Yeah,
it looks pretty close.
Yeah, it's pretty close. It's pretty
It's definitely available to throw it a little bit
Mm-hmm.
with some spin. Now the template rack might come into play when you're putting throw on the ball and it goes over the template. That's one. If you're going to take on that combo with the 12-14, you would want the ref to remove that rack.
Maybe.
But
maybe after
they
the
put the balls back.
Yeah,
exactly.
maybe, yeah.
If it's 1 millimeter off,
it could help Zach though.
It
the other way.
It's a risk. It's a risk.
It's a gamble.
Yeah, it's a gamble.
Yeah.
If it's wired perfect, maybe you don't want the ref to touch it.
Oh, okay. Decided to take the solids. Oh, what happened? Oh, the other table
team
finished.
won. I didn't go over to table 5 and look at the finish, but this one is over. Buckets wins this set 11-4. What a incredible performance from Team Buckets. Moving on to play AA.